Hi everyone, I'm Scott Feinberg, awards analyst for The Hollywood Reporter, and we are going to take a look right now at the top 5 snubs of this season's Oscar nominations. Number 5, Clint Eastwood, the director of American Sniper. Even though his movie was nominated for Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Adapted Screenplay, and several other categories below the line, Clint Eastwood, the 84-year-old legend who would have become the oldest director ever nominated, did not make the cut himself. He was left out in place of people like Morton Tildum, the director of The Imitation Game, who's a name people probably hadn't heard of just a year ago. But Clint Eastwood, I guess, now has a greater incentive to make yet another movie and perhaps still has a chance to become the oldest Best Director nominee in history. Number 4 snub is the Lego Movie, which everybody thought was awesome except the Academy's animation branch, apparently, giving their 5 slots to Big Hero 6, How to Train Your Dragon 2, The Box Trolls, and 2 hand-drawn animated movies, Song of the Sea and Tales of Princess Kaguya. So the Lego Movie won't get a chance to compete for votes of the entire Academy, with which it might well have won. It will have to take as a consolation prize its nomination for the Best Original Song, Everything is Awesome. The number 3 snub is a cheat in the sense that we're going to give it to 2 people, the director and the star of Selma, Ava DuVernay and David Oyelowo, who were both left out even though their film was nominated for Best Picture. This had everybody talking. It's hard to understand how a movie that is good enough to be nominated for Best Picture is not nominated anywhere else except for Best Original Song, where Common and John Legend's song Glory is in contention. Ava DuVernay could have been the first black female ever nominated for Best Director. David Oyelowo would have been the only person of color nominated among the 20 acting spots this year, but instead neither will be personally eligible, but you'll expect to see both of the show with the film. Number 2 snub this year is Life Itself, the documentary directed by Steve James about the great film critic Roger Ebert. Many people thought this one could even win the category, but 20 years, almost to the day since Steve James' first great movie, Hoop Dreams, was famously snubbed by the Academy's documentary branch, forcing a change in rules to try to make sure this thing didn't happen again. Here we go. Steve James, yet again, left out in the cold, which is hard to believe since many people think he's as good a documentary filmmaker as there is out there. Unfortunately, once again, Steve James will be watching the Oscars by himself at home. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for, except for the person who it involves. The number 1 snub of this season's race is Jennifer Aniston, left out of the Best Actress field for the movie Cake, in which she really gave a performance that tried to change people's perceptions of what kind of an actress she is, and maybe to some extent has done that. She was, after all, nominated for Critics' Choice, Golden Globe, and Screen Actors Guild Awards for this performance in which she does what so many others have done en route to Oscars, sort of de-glamorizing themselves and playing unlikable versions of themselves in order to show their artistic craft. Unfortunately for Jennifer Aniston, it wasn't quite enough for the acting branch of the Academy, which bounced her, so the Emmy will have to hold her over for now, but it looks like her career may be heading in a different direction. So from The Hollywood Reporter, those are our top 5 snubs of this year's Oscar nominations. Thanks for joining us. I'm Scott Feinberg.